What's up, demons and demonettes? Tis I, Traxy, a demon queen, and today we're once again talking about Arena. It's another week. How is the defense holding up? But before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. Now, the defense that I currently have is still holding strong, and we only have speculation as to what might beat it. Now, Browning did put a video out there showcasing one of the teams I showcased in my previous video that did have success. However, there were two issues with that team. One, Kalen was out of position, and two, Kalen did not have the hero ascension that he needed, right? Like I say it time and time again, Kalen is a really strong hero, but he's not so strong that he can be just slotted in to like a Paragon 4, Paragon 3 team at Supreme Plus and kind of be effective. Not like someone like a Siren who we saw when I did the testing for him and we could slot him in at Supreme Plus and have success against Paragon 4 when he was next to Paragon 4. Kalen is not that type of hero, so that's one thing to keep in mind. So Brownie recently did get Athalia, had some pretty good pulls. So we are going against Athalia. Now we do still have a significant Paragon advantage, and I haven't gotten a chance to watch these replays to see how the team does. So I'm curious to see how my Athalia team does against a different Athalia team. As you can see, it looks like he's trying to use Igor to counter Athalia here to a degree. So we're going to check it out, and we're going to see how it goes. So again, we'll just slow it down. So you see Igor jumps over, he does Igor stuff, our Siren gets countered, our Athalia is not dead. So our Athalia is ripping everybody. So Kalen and Ludovic are doing a good job of protecting everybody from the enemy Athalia. Alright, so our Athalia kills off Thorin, and just leaves us with Igor, who gets finished off by Siren because they didn't manage to kill our Siren. And Siren has that execute, so one of the problems for Athalia typically is Igor, but if we have a hero with execute that can deal with Igor, Igor's not such a problem, right? So there's like a few heroes that could do that. Odie, Siren, a Scarlita, and a Cryonaya. Now obviously we're running Siren here because he has that unique skill set for PvP. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, so here he ran it with a Citrana, Bonnie, and Athalia. No Taline because his Taline's not built up. This is very similar to one of the teams that people speculate could beat it. So let's go ahead and let's check out and see how our team does against this team that in theory it could maybe beat it. Alright, so you could see with the advantage with our Kalen being so strong, you see him doing like no damage to Kalen's shield, right? So we managed to kill off a Lily, you know, Siren gets the execute off, his Athalia can't like kill us off, and we're essentially just waiting for that last execute to go off for Siren to kill Igor. Alright, so we get it eventually. It takes a while, but we do get there. Alright, so then I think he tried some other ones. Let's see. Alright, so here he's running it with Dunlinger to try and shut down the ults. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, see, our Athalia just shreds and annihilates everybody. Alright, so we did lose our Siren, so it looks like we are going to be in a protracted fight. However, our Kalen got his second ult off. So our team is pretty well protected against the enemy Athalia here between the two, and then they just kill Igor off, so it's not really that huge of a problem. Now, let's see, this is that same team. I think here he tries Cassie over Bon. And let's see if he tries something else. No. I think he just goes 0 support. That's a bad move. Alright, so here he's trying again the same squad. Maybe he changed some things up. So let's see how it goes here. Alright, so he changed it so he hides Athalia off to the side. We kill off Bonnie almost instantly with our Lily May. So essentially, we're just waiting for Siren to ult here. And we just get him down into execute range, and we're fine. Now, if he had a built Athalia, would it be different? Probably. But that's not the case. So what I wanted to take a look at now that we looked at the defense is like, what do I run for offense? What does my offense look like these days, right? Because God Comp's gone. There's a lot of different teams, but what comp am I running that's like super strong? That's comparable to its defensive counterpart. So let's go ahead. Well, see where I attack Brownie, if there's any attack records where I attack Brownie. Otherwise, I'll show somebody else. All right, so we do have we are attacking a Brownie. Now, the big change I like to run is that we don't necessarily need Lily May on attack because we're not worrying about countering things like Aaron Almas, right? We're not having to worry about that as much. We can get away with running this powerhouse that is Cryonaya, so we can use her. So again, he's running Dunlinger, so we're running Cryonaya here, who does a ton of damage without ulting in the form of her Cyclone. So we're gonna check this out and see how it goes. And this is my favorite attack team as of late. Again, we're using the Kaelin, Siren, Ludovic core to protect, so that's going to protect our range. And then we have Cryonaya doing stuff, while Athalia is just kind of out there doing her thing. Now you could run other heroes besides Athalia in there. It's just Athalia, as you can see, just does so much damage. And her being on the front line and dying isn't going to mean too much. Now, I could showcase it against any number of one of these teams over here. But as you can see, like, they're low Paragon level. They're like Paragon 1 or Paragon 2 and Supreme Plus. We'll showcase it here. I'll show you what it does to a team like this. Again, where our range is protected, Athalia gets in the range of very quick with her vengeance charge. She dies, but it doesn't matter. And then in this case, Cryonaya just goes off, kills Tassie. So Tassie resurrecting, not a problem there, right? So we could just beat those teams with that. As you can see, I have some losses. Don't worry, that's not from that team, and this is from me donating points to someone else to get them their first time rewards, because that's something we do like to do for the guildies there. Here's maybe like another one in the top 5. As you can see, they're running a Bonnie Taeline type team, but again, we're only seeing like Paragon 2 and then a Supreme plus Paragon 1, it looks like, on these. So what we could do is see how it does against this type of team. As you can see, we set it up here. Thalia's kind of in the back. Right, so as you can see, we don't really get a lot of ult off. It's not an ult heavy team. The ults are a win condition, but we can win without the ults just because of Athalia's damage. It just makes the team that more effective. So it's like, if, again, we're creating so many problems with that comp that is very difficult for a defender to deal with, right? Because they got to worry about Cryonaya, they've got to worry about Athalia, and they have to worry about Siren. And like I said, that Kaelin Ludovic team, that's like the core of a good range comp right now. And as you can see, some of our best arena heroes are ranged between Cryonaya, Siren, and then Athalia. Like I said, she's melee, but her dying, it doesn't matter there. Now we can go in and we can look at how I potentially would set it up. So we'll just pick one of those people that we've already beaten. We just have to hit refresh a couple times here, potentially. Alright, Hinayako, right? Because they've got map 1, right? So we want to see how is it fully set up on a map 1. So as you can see, we have Athalia in the back. She's just going to eat the magic arrow from Bonnie because it's not going to matter for the most part if she eats that arrow or not. Because like I said, it doesn't matter if she dies. Then we just kind of have Siren flanked out to the side. So this way, the core group here is within the radius of, right, it's like 2 tiles for Kaylin's radius, but then they're going to be all in the radius of Ludovic's thing. It's a little bit easier to run on attack. We don't have to, again, worry about Aaron Vacuum, because not a lot of people run Aaron on defense. Now, I do have someone that was running Aaron on a defense, and we can certainly take a look at that. I think it might actually be this person here. Right, so you can see they are running Aaron on defense here. So it's gonna vacuum, but look at this. The only 2 heroes that are potentially going to get vacuumed by Aaron and slowed down are Athalia and Cryonaya. But think about it this way, where are they getting vacuumed into? Well, they're getting vacuumed into Kaylin. So they're going to have Kaylin's bubble on them, and they're going to have a Ludovic's flower bed on them as well. It's a little weird to set up on this map, but I think this works well. Again, everybody's going to be protected because, again, Siren's not getting vacuumed, Kaylin's not getting vacuumed, and Ludovic's not getting vacuumed. We can actually run Insight here, or Lightning Spell, because they don't have a Siren, so our Cryonaya's not going to get vacuumed as well. That's the advantage of not going up against an enemy Siren. So the only hero that's going to get vacuumed in this case would actually be Athalia, right? So she's going to get vacuumed, and it's not a very good vacuum. So we'll go ahead, we'll run it as a demo and see how it goes, right? So the only hero that gets vacuumed is Athalia, but she then just runs back out because there is no Almost. So we quickly dispatch Aaron. He's not a problem. We get our Cryonaya ult, and she just kills everybody off. And that's GG. So that's my current favorite attack team. It's just really strong. Just deals with a lot of the issues, like the burst stuff that we see is usually not a problem. The comeback is not a problem because, again, Cryonaya's ult is just going to kill off and freeze a lot of those heroes. But we can easily put heroes like Taylene into remission with Athalia. Athalia does have the ability to one-shot your Tassies of the world, so they're not too difficult to deal with. So again, we're matching up just that big bubble with that big heal potential from Ludovic, just to protect everybody that needs to get protected. And that's going to be it for this one. Good luck in Arena, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!